Okay. All right. So real quick. So guys, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go over, starting with lesson 1. We're going to cover each lesson. If you guys have a question at home, I know you can't see right now, but just listen and follow along. I will be putting something up today after school that will be able to, you guys can use to watch before tomorrow, to use as like a study guide. And then I will post it. It will be a YouTube thing. I'll post it on Teams wall so even you guys in the classroom can watch it again. But make sure we're paying attention. If you feel like you need to take notes on some of this stuff, then do that. If you feel like, oh, I can just kind of watch and I think I'm good, then do that too. All right. First off, the beginning of the quiz. It's going to start out with writing a numerical expression. All right, when you're given a verbal expression. So for example, it could say 29 minus 54 plus 9. So you would literally write out on the answer line, in number form, right? 29, I don't remember the numbers I said anymore. But we understand, right? The words are the tricky words.
So you must write out 29, like...
When it comes time, yes. Right now it's all given to you in words, so you need to, so it'll be written out 29, and then on the answer line you put 29 plus, you know what I mean? When in the second section, whenever I give you something, so 32f minus 25, you would have to write out 32 times, right? Times f minus or subtracted. Guys, again, keep it simple. Don't be like, oh, the product of, and then try to get fancy. Don't be fancy, because I'm telling you, you could lose points, like silly points. Don't do that. What's that?
I said if you do the product of...
Oh, product of 32 and f minus 25. You can do it. But I'm telling you, if you get fancy, I'm going to read over it. What I do is I basically take your words and I write it out. And if it doesn't look like that, then you've gotten points off or 0 credit. Okay? So be careful on that.
How long are the lines?
I've given you like 2 lines that are like almost close to double the normal length, and I've given you 2 lines. Now, and there's still a gap, right, where you show your work. There's no work to be shown. So you can take as much space as you want. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry about space, per se. So just start on the line. If you have to go and keep going down, then keep going down. They're not very long. So we're looking at something like x squared. I shouldn't say that loud. I'm going to give you that answer. It's something like this. So you could write x squared or x to the power of 2, x to the second power, minus 23. Okay? If you want to get fancy, you could say the difference of...
Upper school teacher, this is Mrs. LaViolet. I need Darley Bellius, Angel Garcia, Bryson James, Nick Rodriguez,
11
Tierra
graders. 11.
Housie, Gabby Couch, Felipe Oliveira, and Jamar Houston to Ms. Foss's office as soon as possible. I'm going to read those names one more time. Felipe,
I hope everything's all right.
Gabby Couch, Tierra, Nick Rodriguez, Bryson James, Angel Garcia, Darley Bellius, and Jamar Houston. Please come to Ms. Foss's office immediately.
I wonder where 11th grade had their testing today.
Imagine your last name being Couch. Like, I'll ask you last name. Yeah, my name is like Leather Couch or something. I'm just saying.
Anyway, let's move on. So again, you can say, you can get fancy. I'm saying you can. The difference of x squared and 23. But if you write the difference of x squared minus 23, that's wrong. You don't write minus, or you don't put it in the second time. You've already said the difference of. So again, keep it simple. X squared minus 23. Let's keep it plain, okay? Another one you could have is like this. 3 over 5. Something like this. Oh, thanks.
I have an extra one.
Sweet.
No, you're in math. You're in math. You're in math.
Focus. Focus up here. So again, this case right here, you need to write it out. So you don't write, like I just said, don't write 3 over 5. I will circle the word over and you'll lose points. This is a fraction bar. This is division. 3 divided by 5 plus 15.
Can we write 3/5?
You can write 3/5. Don't write 3/5. So remember, don't forget the TH. I'm just letting you know it's gonna slip. Oh, 3/5, 3/5. and you don't write the TH, you don't write it correctly, you're going to lose points. Okay?
But that's not even how you spell fifth.
I know, but if you just see a 5, you're gonna write 5. I don't know. I'm just letting you know. Don't put 3 over 5. You can put 3/5. You can put 3 divided by 5 plus 15. You could say the quotient of 3 and 5 plus 15 because the quotient of means division.
Plus the sum of
Okay.
3 plus 5.
All right. Let's see.
Just
Let's see. How are we doing at home? Is it any better at all for audio?
no, you probably sound like a robot. Like,
Even whenever they're talking to me, they're just going in and out.
yeah, robot.
Okay. Okay, I know you can't see everything, but guys, I will be putting that up soon. But again, just continue to kind of listen if there's a question you have. So again, that's lesson 1. What's that?
You're recording our class and posting it on
Yeah,
Ooh, YouTube video.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
recording
I made a YouTube video.
this with this audio.
Shout out to
Actually, oh, Sandra, stop. I guess it's actually audio from the iPad, so I don't know how it'll sound. I've never done audio from the iPad before. Normally, I have an earpiece in and it's that audio.
Shout
Okay.
out to,
All right.
Distracting me.
Alessandro, and don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna start giving demerits for that. And I know that you do it very often, but another one of your classmates do, and I've already given him his warning today.
Cough, man.
Okay. Next one. Now you're going to. Oh, sorry. That's the second part. The very first part, like I said, it's written out in words. So, for example, the sum of. So let's say that. Sum of 9 and x. I'm not going to do like homework where I said and some number. I'm just going to give you a variable. So the sum of, that means sum means addition, 9 and x. That's the answer. Okay? It is addition, so you technically can switch it around and put the x first and 9 at the end. Addition, that will work. But subtraction, if it said the difference of, you need to put it in the order that it's written. So if this happened to be, question, yeah, go ahead.
Wait, don't you have to put it in parentheses or not?
You don't have to, but there's nothing else. If it was the sum of 9 and x minus 12, then you would have to put it in parentheses. But if you want to put this in parentheses, I'm not taking off for that.
I was just wondering.
Yeah. No, but yes, that is true. The sum of does refer to grouping symbols, which means parentheses. But if there's nothing else to it, you don't have to. Now here's the other thing. So I talked about difference. Difference of 9 and x. It's important you put the 9 first and the x. You cannot switch that around. Okay? So keep that in mind. Let's see what else. Okay. Product of product
It's like a 3-digit number.
20. You want a 3-digit number?
No, please. I don't want to write out 153.
100. 153.
This is just the first one to think of.
153. And let's see. And
At least we don't
24.
have to solve that.
25.
and 24 minus
73.
3.
0. Why not?
Thank you.
Okay, so again, the product of, that means parentheses, right? When we're multiplying, 153. And, right, so that means it's the second number, so we're going to put them both, and 24. Minus 0. That's the only
So it's literally.
the only way to really do it. Actually, you could, with it being multiplication and subtraction, if I didn't put up the parentheses, order of operations says I still have to multiply first. But to be sure, let's just go ahead and put them up if you see product of, difference of, sum of. Okay? So that's what that looks like there. Again, you guys at home, you'll see in a minute. All right. Mute yourself. Who's that noise? Ja'Cory, is that you? No. And I can hear if it's here or here. All right, next. Next is order of operations. You're going to have to evaluate. These evaluating, it's order of operations stuff. Okay? It's just order of operations problem. Some of them will be like a fraction, some will not, some will have parentheses, some won't. So it's important we know the, and I'll do some similar stuff for you now.
When did we do an evaluating course?
I'm sorry?
When did we do an evaluating?
It was actually the second part of the homework
Yeah.
on one of the assignments that I don't remember if we did or not.
It was evaluated to the question.
Yeah, where does this see it at? Where you see that at?
Page 31.
Well, yeah, so, okay, so for example, yeah, 31. Yes, we evaluate, the homework you just turned in, we evaluated, but you put the properties next to it. So some of the problems on the quiz is not, you don't have to tell me what property there is, you just need to evaluate. Okay, Alyssa, the homework you just turned in, we did the math, didn't we?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
But this part right here on the quiz, I just want you doing the math. So, for example, 3 squared plus 21 minus 3. Right? Order of operations says exponents first, then we add, then we subtract. Okay, do not pick which one you want to do first. There's an order to it. So step 1 is here. Step 2 is here, these two. And then the final step.
So you want them all written out?
I don't mind, and if you, it's probably best on some of these you'll be able to do maybe a step or two at once. I don't want final answers. I need to see something in between.
So we're,
Okay, because this is going to help you. I don't want this done in your head. Oh, 9 plus 21. Okay, that gives me 30 minus 3 is 27. You give me a final answer. In the classroom, I don't mind so much. If they're taking it at home, I need to see steps. Number 1. Number 2. Even if the answer was 27, you wrote 28. You're getting it completely wrong because you didn't show your word. So I'm telling you, showing steps will help. Yes.
The first one reflects whatever lesson I taught. The one where we change the numbers into words or whatever. Are they just expression questions? Like, are they just expressions?
The first 2 lessons, we just covered all of it on the board.
No, what was it?
Oh, the one we just turned in?
No,
Yes, go ahead. Is that you, Jemiah? Go ahead.
Right, expressions. Are they just expressions? Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Okay. I tried to follow you. I got a little lost. Okay. Oh, I got good news for you guys in a minute. All right, let's keep moving. So again, we're doing this here. Another one can be negative 3, 2 plus 1. See, that's 3.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you are.
Thursday.
I don't know, something like this. Okay. So for example, here again, we're not writing what properties we're using. I just need you to do the math, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's negative 3 times 3 divided by 3. Oh, look at that. Multiply first, negative 9 divided by 3 gives you negative 3. So just work these out. We know order of operations. We should. Show your steps, guys. I'm telling you, because if for some reason, if you did the first step correctly, just adding 1 to make it 3, and you wrote that down, that's already partial credit. Even if you did dividing before, if you went out of order, like at least if you do the first step right, you can get partial credit. So please show me your work. Okay, that's the first part of that. The next part, it's still order of operations, except I tell you like A equals 4, B equals negative 2. So it's like A plus B squared, something like that. I'm going to give you guys this where you need to substitute it in, then do the math. Guys, put your chair down. Substitute first will be, that's I haven't done any math and I've already got partial credit. Substitute it in correctly and you can get your partial credit. Then 4 plus negative 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4, and there's your full credit. Does that make sense? Plug it in, do the math. Okay? Here we go. One more of those types because this is a little different. I'm going to still use A and B from over there. What about, oh, no, I'm not. Let's add another one. C equals positive 2. A could be something like this. A to the power of C. Okay? Just plug them in. What is A?
That is
4. C is 2. What's 4 squared? 16. Okay, so there can be variables for exponents, but just look at the instructions and they'll tell you what each value is and just plug them in. Okay. Let me make sure, see if there's anything else here. Okay. What about this? Let's do another last one of these types and then we'll talk about the last one and that's it. A plus B minus C to the A. I mean, it could have no numbers in it, but we know that what the numbers are, they're up here. So we just plug the variables in. A is 4 plus negative 2 minus 2 to the power 4, right? And then that's partial credit. You show me you know what you're supposed to do. Now we just do the math. And again, exponents first, right? And this one's kind of tricky. This one not like this. It's part of the first or the second lesson, the second part of the homework, but I didn't do that part of the homework. But it was evaluating.
Okay.
So it's order of operations. That's
It's kind of like review, like what we did last year.
right, and that's why right now I'm like, okay, I wanted to take today to go over this stuff so we're ready for tomorrow.
So we're doing the big 20 on Monday next week?
Yes, we are doing the Big 20 next week.
Did we do the one with the graphs?
No.
We have not added the 2 problems. That will be this week coming up. Okay? All right, so when you do the math, I'm going to move it up here. 4 plus negative 2 minus 2 to the power 4. Now, we kind of talked about this. If you guys, we talked about, I believe it was this class, we talked about where things go. The 4 goes to the 2, the minus stays. Now we just got to find out what is 2 to the power 4.
That's 4.
4. You could even do this. Okay?
Oh, so 16.
And then 16. And then we just do our math from there. Again, if you mess up on this part, but you did to plug it in right, you're going to get your partial credit. There's not one on the quiz that's that difficult because of the whole minus and negative, or minus 2 to the 4th power. But I'm just showing you what we can see tomorrow. And then we have 2 minus 16, negative 14. These answers will be regular integers. They won't be decimals or fractions or anything like that. So it's going to be a positive or negative answer. Okay. Last and final section, guys. Good news. Oh, I guess maybe good news. The last part, it's only going to be reflexive, symmetric, transitive. I will give you, just like the first 4 problems on the homework that you just turned in, I will give you a scenario. This equals this. You need to tell me, is it reflexive? Is it symmetric? Is it transitive? Or I'll say, if this equals this, then this equals that. Just like the homework. Just like the homework, 1 through 4. Okay? Your textbooks are still in front of you, so look on page 31.
There's no multiplicative identity and stuff like that.
Not on the quiz. Okay? So, page 31, right now, 31. You should be looking at it because I don't think we've talked about changing the page. Some of you closed up, that's fine. Look at page 31. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I will give you problems exactly like that on the quiz. I believe there's 4 of them on the quiz. The last 4 of the quiz are just like that. You need to tell me. And in the instructions, Alessandro, I wrote, write the property that's being used, and then I even list them out. Reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. So I even give you the words. You just got to know what they mean. Okay? Yes, and I'm going to do some examples on the board real quick.
Is that the good news you were talking about?
Yeah, the good news is the good news is I don't have additive identity, multiplicative identity.
Really?
Okay?
So you made me do that.
No, there's always a reason. That's what needs to be learned and taught. I just don't have it on the quiz. I can add it for you, Tatum.
No.
Okay.
I dare you. I dare you to say the word easy.
Alessandro, you need to relax.
Get out the class. You just
All right.
said that.
Here, example.
I just said it.
If 2 plus 4 equals 6, then 6 equals 2 plus 4. Okay? Do we know, is that reflexive, symmetric?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
Okay, symmetric.
Yeah.
It is symmetric, okay? It's the if and then symmetric. However you think of it, reflexive, symmetric, transitive, this is the equals, right? It's just one thing. This is the if then, this is the if and then. However you need to think of it, okay? So this is symmetric, okay?
We just put S.
S, R, and T, that's fine. I was just making sure there wasn't more like a repeating, that's fine. What about 3 plus 4 equals 7? And no. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Here we go. How about that?
It is
Reflexive. Reflexive. 3 plus 4 equals 3 plus 4. It's the same exact thing. There's no ifs. There's no ands. It's just that. That is reflexive. All right. And then of course the other kind is the it's transitive. It's the if this equals this, and this equals this. Okay, you know what I'm saying, right? And then
It's confusing.
this equals. It's really not.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Okay. Come on. This
It's
is
a
for Tatum.
number.
This is for Tatum.
It's a number.
We got you, Tatum.
Well, like number 6, if A plus 5 equals B plus 3, and A plus 5
Okay.
plus 12, then B plus 3.
Let's do that one. Let's talk it through.
What's 12?
Oh.
If
That's confusing.
A plus B equals what?
If A plus 5 equals B
Ah.
plus 3.
Exactly.
A plus 5 equals B plus 3?
And A plus 5 equals 12. Then B plus 3 equals 12.
I think it's 12.
Okay, so the way that this works, just to think of, right? If A plus 5 equals B plus 3, we're saying they're equal, and then this guy equals 12. If these two are equal, and you say, well, if basically we can even get rid of the plus 5s, right? If A equals B, A equals 12, what does B equal? 12.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're thinking. Now, I guess the plus 5s, plus 3 kind of throw you off, but then there's like a little pattern to it.
So
Okay?
that means
Whatever that.
A equals 7.
Yes.
If you want to do the math, yes, you subtract 5 over.
A equals 7.
Oops. What would,
A would equal 7 and B would equal
9.
if we're solving it, but again, there's no math here. This is just the pattern, right? A plus 5 equals B plus 3. We know they're equal. You could try to solve it. You don't need to. But if A plus 5 equals 12, then we know, because of the first statement, they're going to be equal. So if one equals 12, the other one equals 12. But yes, it is weird to start putting all those letters and pluses and things. That's kind of what they're trying to do. But again, on the quiz tomorrow, if and then is transitive. You need to know those. I'm not giving help on that tomorrow. Make sure we know those. So again, the first two parts, I don't think we need to stress over those. Keep it simple. Just write what you see. If I give it to you in numbers, write it out. Right? 32 plus 5 equals, or not, we're not doing equals. So write it out that way. The next part, I write it out in words, you translate it into numbers. No math. Okay? The next part is evaluating, right? We're doing the math. Order of operations. And then the final part is this. You're going to write symmetric, reflexive, transitive. Okay? Those are the first 3 lessons of chapter 1. We will then do 2 more lessons, and then we'll take our test. Our test, again, is on the 29th. Okay? Make sure you write that down somewhere. Quiz tomorrow, test on the 29th. Guys, and then after that, I mean, we're in like November already. And then we, of course, you have a week off.